Okay, so today we're going to do a deep dive into this really interesting collection of event listings that we have here for San Antonio,
Okay.
spanning from March all the way through October of 2025.
Wow.
Yeah, we've got concerts, we've got theater, we've got comedy sporting events, festivals, you name it.
Sounds pretty comprehensive.
Yeah, and what we're going to try to do is pull out some of the most interesting and noteworthy events
Okay.
to kind of paint a picture
Yeah,
of what's going on in San Antonio during this time frame.
I like it.
So, right off the bat, looking at this thing, I mean,
Yeah.
just the sheer variety of musical performances is pretty striking.
Yeah, absolutely.
You've got, iconic artists like Pat Benatar and Neil Giraldo,
Oh, wow, yeah.
Daryl Hall, Santana, Cheap
Yeah.
Trick,
Yeah.
Diana Krall, even Post Malone's slated to perform.
Yeah, that's a pretty broad spectrum of musical tastes.
It really is. I mean, what do you make of a lineup like that?
Well, I think it really speaks to, the city's desire to cater to as many different musical preferences as possible.
Right.
They're not just focusing on one genre or one era of music.
Yeah.
They're really trying to, bring in a diverse audience.
Yeah, I want to appeal to everyone, it seems like.
Exactly.
And it's not just music. The theater scene is equally impressive.
Oh, yeah.
They've got Moulin Rouge coming.
Oh, wow.
They've got The Wiz Mamma Mia,
Yeah.
Chicago.
Those are some big hitters.
Those are major Broadway productions.
Yeah.
And, to have these kinds of shows come to San Antonio,
Right.
it says something about the theater-going audience there.
It really does.
Yeah.
It suggests a real appreciation for that art form.
Absolutely. And the venues that can handle these kinds of productions.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. You need the infrastructure to support those big shows.
Exactly.
And the technical crews and everything that goes along with it.
Yeah, so San Antonio seems to have that going on.
Seems like they've got it covered.
And if you're looking for a laugh,
Okay.
the comedy scene is no slouch either.
Oh, yeah.
We've got Tiffany Haddish coming through.
Oh, I love her.
Brad Williams, Stavros Halkias.
He's hilarious.
Yeah. So again, a really nice mix of different comedic styles.
Yeah, they're not just sticking to one type of comedy.
No, they're really trying to cover the spectrum there.
Yeah, it seems like San Antonio is all about variety.
Yeah, they're not putting all their eggs in one basket.
Exactly.
And it's not just the standard concerts and plays either.
Oh, there's more.
There's some really unique events happening.
Like what?
Disney on Ice is always a big hit with families.
Oh, yeah. The kids love that.
And then there's this Jim Henson's Labyrinth in concert.
Oh, wow. I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah, it sounds pretty cool, actually.
What is it?
They're basically screening the movie,
Okay.
but they have a live orchestra playing the score.
Oh, that's a cool idea.
Yeah, and there's going to be singers and everything.
Wow. So it's like a whole immersive experience.
Exactly.
That's pretty unique.
Yeah, so it seems like they're really trying to, push the boundaries a little bit in terms of what they're offering.
Yeah. Offer something for everyone.
Exactly. And all of this is happening across some pretty key venues in San Antonio.
Uh-huh.
The Majestic Theater and the Charlene McCombs Empire Theater seem to be at the heart of a lot of it.
Those are both on Houston Street, right?
Yeah, they're right in the heart of downtown.
Yeah, those are classic venues.
Yeah, they've got a lot of history, a lot of character.
Yeah, they add a certain prestige to any event that's held there.
Absolutely.
It's not just some random auditorium.
Right. It's a special experience going to those theaters.
Yeah, for sure.
Then you've got the Boeing Center at Techport,
Okay.
which seems to be drawing a lot of the more contemporary concerts.
That's a newer venue, right?
Yeah, it's a state-of-the-art facility.
So probably better suited for some of the bigger productions.
Exactly. They can handle the elaborate stage setups and all that.
Yeah, and all the technology that comes with modern shows.
And then there's the Tobin Center for the Performing Arts.
I've heard good things about that one.
Yeah, it's a beautiful space.
Is that downtown too?
Yeah, it's just a little bit north of the Majestic and Empire.
Okay.
And they have a really diverse program there.
Like what kind of stuff?
Everything from classical music to Broadway shows to dance performances.
Wow, so a little bit of everything.
Yeah, it's a real cultural hub.
So you've got the Majestic and the Empire for the big classic productions.
Right.
And then the Tobin Center for kind of a mix of everything.
Exactly.
And then what about that Aztec Theater? I've heard that's a really cool venue.
Oh, yeah, the Aztec Theater is amazing.
What's so special about it?
It's got this incredible atmosphere.
Like how so?
It's in this old vaudeville theater,
Oh, wow.
and they've preserved a lot of the original details.
So it's got a lot of history.
Yeah, it's like stepping back in time.
I bet the acoustics are amazing in there.
They are. It's a really special place to see a show.
So they've got a good mix of venues then.
They really do. They've got something for every type of event.
Yeah. And every size of event too.
Yeah. You've got the really big venues like the Alamodome and the Frostbank Center.
Mm. Oh, yeah, those can hold tens of thousands of people.
Exactly. And they're bringing in some huge names like Post Malone and Shakira.
Wow. So they're not just catering to niche audiences?
No, they're going after the big stadium shows too.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. And the Frostbank Center isn't just for music either.
Oh, really?
They're having Kevin Hart perform there.
Oh, wow.
And they're even hosting the college slam dunk and three-point championships.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So they're really diversifying their offerings.
So it's not just a concert venue.
No, it's a multi-purpose arena.
It seems like San Antonio is really making the most of their spaces.
They're using everything from these historic theaters to modern arenas to outdoor spaces.
Oh, yeah. What kind of outdoor events are they having?
Well, there's things happening at Tower Park
Okay.
and the Sunken Garden Theater.
I've heard of that one.
Yeah, it's a beautiful outdoor amphitheater.
That's nice.
Yeah. And then you've got the Valero Texas Open happening at TPC San Antonio.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And they're even having events along Elocus Street and South Presa Street.
So they're really spreading things out.
Yeah, they're not just keeping everything concentrated in one area.
Yeah, they're bringing the entertainment to the people.
Exactly. They're
Yeah.
integrating it into the city fabric.
That's a cool approach.
Yeah, it makes it more accessible to everyone.
It does. You don't have to travel to a specific district to experience something.
Right, it's all around you.
Yeah, it's a nice touch.
So let's look at the timeline here.
Okay.
Early April 2025 looks like a particularly busy period.
Oh, yeah. How so?
Well, you've got the Valero Texas Open happening from April 3rd to 6th.
Okay.
And at the same time, you've got Wizard of Oz on ice on April 3rd.
Oh, fun.
Comedian Stavros Halkias on April 4th.
He's
His
great.
band Staying Live on April 5th.
Okay.
And the March Madness Music Festival running from April 4th to 6th.
Wow, that's a lot going on.
It's a really packed weekend.
Yeah, you've got something for everyone there.
Yeah, you've got sports fans, music fans, families looking for entertainment.
It's like a citywide celebration.
It really is, and it shows, San Antonio's ability to handle multiple major events.
Yeah, and appeal to a diverse range of interests.
Exactly. And it's not just that one weekend either.
Oh, there's more.
Just before that, on April 1st, you've got Mamma Mia
Yeah.
at the Majestic
Okay.
and the band down at the Aztec Theater.
Cool.
So it seems like there's a pretty consistent flow of events happening throughout this whole period.
Yeah, they're not just front-loading the calendar.
No, they're spreading it out really nicely.
Yeah, it gives people a reason to come back throughout the year.
Exactly.
So for you, the listener, pay attention to these clusters of events.
Yeah.
If you're planning a trip or if you're just looking for something to do,
Right.
these are the times when the city is really going to be buzzing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So beyond these specific dates, do you see any overarching themes or patterns in the types of events they're offering?
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
Yeah.
the sheer volume of musical performances is pretty remarkable.
It is.
They've got everything from rock and pop to jazz and country and blues.
Yeah, it's a real emphasis on live music.
Yeah, it suggests that music is a big part of the cultural identity of San Antonio.
Absolutely. And the consistent presence of these big Broadway-style shows,
Yeah.
it shows, that there's a strong and consistent audience for that type of theater.
Yeah, and that they have the venues to support it.
Exactly.
Those shows are not cheap to put on.
No, they're major investments.
So San Antonio must be confident that people will come out and see them.
Yeah, they're clearly committed to bringing high-quality theater to the city.
And we can't forget about the comedy scene.
Yeah.
They've got a really good mix of established names and up-and-coming acts.
Yeah, it's a really healthy scene.
Yeah, it suggests that comedy is thriving in San Antonio.
Absolutely. So what does all this tell you, the listener?
Well, I think it paints a pretty clear picture of a city with a really dynamic and diverse cultural landscape.
Yeah.
Whether you're a local or you're thinking of visiting, there's an endless array of entertainment options to explore in San Antonio.
Yeah, they've got something for everyone.
Exactly.
So hopefully this deep dive has given you a good understanding of what San Antonio's entertainment scene has in store.
Yeah. We've highlighted some of the key events, the venues, the timing of it all.
Right.
But what's really interesting to think about is how all of these individual events,
Yeah.
when taken together, contribute to the overall cultural identity and rhythm of San Antonio.
That's a good point.
It's not just a random assortment of events.
Right.
It's a reflection of the city's tastes, its priorities, the kind of experiences it wants to offer its residents and visitors.
Yeah, it's a curated experience in a way.
Exactly.
So we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
From the Broadway spectacles and rock legends at the Majestic and Empire Theaters
Yeah.
to the diverse musical acts at the Boeing Center, Tobin Center, and Aztec Theater.
Right.
We've also touched on the comedy scene, the family-friendly entertainment, and those unique concert experiences.
It's been a whirlwind tour.
It has, and it's clear that San Antonio has a vibrant entertainment scene waiting to be explored.
Absolutely.
Now, one thing that really stands out is the concentration of events surrounding the Fiesta San Antonio celebration.
Oh, yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah, it happens in late April and early May.
Okay.
And you've got major events like Nyosa,
I've heard of that.
the Battle of Flowers Parade, and the Fiesta Flambeau Parade.
Those sound fun.
They're huge events that draw massive crowds.
Wow.
And what's interesting is that all of this is happening alongside a significant number of musical and theatrical performances.
It's like a cultural explosion.
It really is, and it's all centered around Fiesta.
So if you're looking for a truly immersive San Antonio experience,
Right.
that's the time to go.
Late April, early May, that's when the city's really going to be alive.
It's like the whole cultural calendar builds towards that moment.
Exactly. So it raises an interesting question.
What?
How do these diverse events, especially their convergence around major cultural moments, like Fiesta shape, and reflect the cultural identity of a city?
That's a good question.
You know, what does this specific lineup, with its blend of local traditions and internationally recognized entertainment,
Yeah.
tell us about San Antonio's values and its approach to community engagement and leisure?
Yeah. It's something to think about.
It is, and perhaps digging deeper into the websites for these individual events
Okay.
could offer even more insights into the specific communities they aim to serve and the unique experiences they're designed to create.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So there you have it, folks, a deep dive into San Antonio's event listings.
A cultural smorgasbord.
Indeed, and we encourage you to explore further and discover all that this vibrant city has to offer.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for listening.